Muy buenas noches a todos y a todas. Bienvenidos una madrugada más al canal y vamos a echar un ratito de nuevo con el Dragon Age. Este es el cuarto directo que hacemos desde la Xbox Series X y sin problema. No hay problema ninguno. Venga, vamos a cargar partida. Bueno, pues aquí lo dejamos.
Hello.
We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you, Carney, for all your assistance.
Venga, pues nada, continuamos. ¿Reunir tu grupo y aventurarte? Sí.
Bad dreams, huh?
Parecía tan real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
¿El archidemonio? ¿Te refieres al dragón?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me too.
¿Alguna otra sorpresa que deba conocer?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the Blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Nueva misión, encantamiento. Nueva misión, pico del soldado. El confidente del rey. Vale. Ah, mira, tenemos allí a... al enano y a... con el hijo.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
¿Qué es lo que vendes exactamente?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes. Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
Venga, déjame ver tus mercancías.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Armas. La Bestialle, hueso de dragón. 131 oros. Clemencia del Silvano. En 90, 29, 54. Mira, pues este sí le vendría bien a la Morrigan. 8,92. Torques de metal negro. El perro. Constitución más 2. Voluntad 1, mayor resistencia mental. Este es el que llevo. Uno 25. Dos con 40. Guillermo de los Juegos. Voluntad y Constitución. Vale, pues este sí lo voy a comprar para mí. ¿Qué más tienes por aquí? $87, la hostia. Más 5% al daño por fuego. Frascos. Le voy a comprar unos pocos de frascos. Vale.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
Vale, ¿puedo ver qué otras cosas tienes a la venta?
Oh, certainly, I can do that for you. Just come with me.
A ver, esto es lo mismo. Esto es lo mismo.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
¿Cuál es tu historia exactamente?
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
¿Y por qué te marchaste?
One day, a noble woman came to my stall. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
¿Qué pasó entonces?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tigers, they're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure, something worth a little gold.
Vale, ya veo.
The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
Tienes suerte de que te haya ido tan bien.
I thank the stone every single day. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
No has mencionado a tu hijo en tu historia.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. It may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Sí que tienes un ayudante gratis.
Better than him living in mud and hiding from Darkspawn and Deepstalkers, isn't it? I was glad to take him in. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
¿Has oído algún rumor?
I hear news from Denerim that Tyrn Loghain has been declared the new regent. It makes sense, his daughter being the queen. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
¿Has oído más rumores?
Some folks aren't happy about Tyrn Loghain being named regent. There are rumors he had something to do with the king's death. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you ever heard? The Darkspawn killed him, sure enough. If Tyrn Loghain couldn't save the king from that inn, then nobody could. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
¿Pero de dónde proceden esos artículos? ¿De los caminos de las profundidades? No.
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tides, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming. People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
Vale, supongo que es mejor que dejar que los engendros se lo lleven.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend. Of course. Good fortune to you and yours.
Goodbye. Enchantment?
¿Qué encantamiento hace?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Venga, quiero un encantamiento.
Enchantment!
Venga, guardapromesas. Daño por electricidad más 2. Esta la voy a meter. Vale, y yo en el equipo no tenía nada más. El yelmo me lo equipo. Vale. Venga, guardado en el campamento.
What do you wish of me? If you must.
¿Es Flemeth realmente lo que aparenta ser?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
Una poderosa maléfica.
You mean, is she truly the Flemeth of legend and story? Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
Ni tan siquiera sabía que existiera tal cosa.
Ah, I see. That does explain much. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Esto promete ser interesante.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
¿Y de eso cuánto tiempo hace?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord, who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
Sí que le vendió su mujer a otro hombre.
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
¿Habló con los espíritus o con los demonios?
Spirits first, and 'twas they who slew Conabar. Flemeth did not turn to the demon until much later. Lord Conabar's allies chased Flemeth, you see, chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Eso es lo que diría Flemeth, claro.
You would be surprised at how little my mother cares for what I or others think of her past. The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
Vale. ¿Cómo es que Flemeth ha sobrevivido tanto?
The demon within her
Teresa
has
Muyani.
transformed her into
Yo.
something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say.
Buenas madrugadas,
I know
Teresa.
not.
Bienvenida
I only
al
know
canal.
my mother is
Se te
clever,
saluda.
and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
¿Te crees su versión?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has colored her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
¿La leyenda no dice que Flemeth tenía muchas hijas?
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
¿Por qué se negaría a hablar de ellas?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
¿Las abominaciones no suelen ser horrores dementes?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect, even to her.
Vale. Una historia muy interesante, gracias.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
Mi madre murió al nacer yo.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Levi Driden.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levi Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Soy Juan, nunca había oído hablar de ti.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled.
¿Qué te prometió Duncan?
My family, well, past a bit checkered, to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden Commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
¿Qué pasó entonces?
Hard to say. After King Arland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
¿Qué favor le pediste a Duncan?
I asked for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor.
Nunca había oído hablar de Pico del Soldado.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Ireland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honor.
¿Por qué no te ayudó Duncan?
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new wardens and meeting with good King Caelan. Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostergar. Said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance.
¿Cómo ayudará a los guardas en la recuperación del pico?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
Vale, ¿qué quieres de mí?
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
La fe de tu familia no quedará sin recompensa. Te ayudaré.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Va. Sting.
Why are we stopping?
Estamos trabajando juntos. Creo que debo conocerte.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
¿Por qué tienes prisa?
What a strange language you speak. You say hurry where I would say duty.
Nunca antes había visto a un Kunari. Háblame acerca de los tuyos.
No.
No, ¿por qué no?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
Dijiste que pertenecías al ejército.
I am.
¿Alguna vez has luchado en una guerra?
I have always fought in war, Elf.
Entonces debéis de saber manejaros en el campo de batalla.
Some of them. They aren't all alike.
¿Siempre se le da tan mal responder a las preguntas?
Generally. I do not see how this matters. Seheron and Parvolan are distant. Ferelden and the Darkspawn are immediate.
¿Te encuentras bien? Estuviste semanas en esa jaula.
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight. As you wish.
Vale.
Yes?
Vale. Me apetece charlar un poco.
Well, here I am.
¿Qué hacía alguien como tú en la capilla del Othry?
What is meant by someone like me?
Alguien que no parece hecha para la vida en el claustro.
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
¿Qué te dedicabas antes de eso?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Bien. Alistair está aquí.
What do you need?
¿Quieres hablar sobre Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
Pero eso no significa que no lamente su pérdida.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
No tienes por qué disculparte.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
Es una idea excelente.
I think he came from Hyeva, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
He sufrido pérdidas y sé por lo que estás pasando.
Yes, I imagine you really have, haven't you? Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Quizá te acompañe a Pináculo cuando vaya.
I'd like that. So would he, I think. Oh, why, you little...
¿Has vuelto a asustarte de tu propia sombra?
Oh, you're so funny. Such rapier wit. Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me. Look.
Solo ha sido un aviso. Podría haberte arrancado una mano.
Don't you think I don't know it? Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Bueno, pues nada. Hemos hablado con todos. Vámonos. ¿Reunir tu grupo y aventurarse? Sí.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yo ya tengo el grupo hecho. Vale, nosotros estamos aquí. No, está en la choza de jueves. ¿En serio?
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
¿Qué te preocupa?
Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Al Eamon exactly?
Creo que dijiste que él te crió.
I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Al Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
Entonces no eres un simple bastardo, eres un real bastardo. ¿Y eso no te convierte en el heredero al trono?
Maker's breath, I hope not. I don't think so. You don't think so, do you? I'm a bastard. And nobody even knows about me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
¿Lo sabe Logain?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Al Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
¿Sabía la verdad acerca de ti?
She may have, but I think it's more likely that she feared the rumors might be true. I can't blame her for that. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall, and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Owl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
Pero eres un heredero al trono, ¿verdad?
Let's hope not. I'm the son of a commoner and a Grey Warden to boot. It was made very clear to me early on that there was no room for me raising any rebellions or such nonsense. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Al Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... Oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
¿Eso en qué posición me deja a mí?
Some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens. Welcome to the club.
Vale, una raíz mortal.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
Vengo en una misión muy importante. Tengo que ver al Har que amo.
The Arl? Then you don't know. Has nobody out there heard?
¿De qué me estás hablando? ¿Qué noticia?
We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arlemon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They're obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan, though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Tern Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
¿No dais crédito a las mentiras de Loghain?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother? Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
¿Qué clase de criaturas estáis hablando?
Some call them the walking dead, decomposing corpses returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arleman.
Os ayudaremos, por supuesto.
There are no darkspawn here, and nothing to gain. It is a fool's errand.
Si existe la posibilidad de rescatar al Har, tenemos que intentarlo.
Perhaps.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Vale, contadme más cosas sobre vos.
This is hardly the time to be discussing personal details, don't you think? We will have to fight for our lives very shortly.
A mí me gustaría saber algo sobre vos.
I suppose that's not too much to ask. I did not mean to be brusque.
¿Por qué os habéis quedado? ¿Por qué no habéis abandonado este lugar?
After the first attack, I wanted to go for help, but I couldn't just leave these people. The Bannon gear up to battle Loghain, while Darkspawn loom to the south. Loghain won't send anyone, so Redcliffe is on its own.
¿Qué haréis si el Gear Hammond ha muerto?
I don't know. If Connor lives, he'll be the Arl, and I'll need to help him with it. If he's... well, I don't want to think about that.
¿Sois un guerrero habilidoso?
Skilled enough to know there are many far better than myself.
Quizá deberíamos volver al asunto que nos ocupa.
Good, then my secrets are still safe. I was worried for a moment there.
¿Tenéis aquí a alguno de los caballeros del Argeamo?
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
¿La búsqueda de la urna de las cenizas sagradas?
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
¿Por qué estáis en la capilla con los ciudadanos?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
¿Necesitáis más hombres aquí dentro?
We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
¿Qué ocurrirá cuando termine la batalla?
Hopefully we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
Venga, debo volver al trabajo.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
Why has the king not come? Surely soldiers could have marched here by now. Where are they all? What are they doing?
Good day.
I'm so scared, Father. What are we going to do?
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to...
Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
¿Te encuentras bien? ¿Por qué lloras?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere. And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
¿Por qué ha huido? ¿Lo sabes?
He said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone.
If he has foolishly run off, then he is no doubt dead. You should get used to that fact.
Nice. Maybe you want to kick her in the head while you're at it.
Shall we comfort her with lies? If she is to face death, better she face it honestly.
I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
No te preocupes, yo iré a buscarlo.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him. But night is coming. The monsters will return and we sit here.
Ah, mira, esta Yeta. Esta es la mujer del sacerdote que murió en la espesura, que conseguimos la caja como herencia.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since.
¿Eres Yeta?
I am. You've heard of me?
Tengo aquí algo de tu marido.
Oh? Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh no. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot to... Maker's blessings upon you.
Misión completada. ¿No me ha dado nada?
These are terrible times. Just terrible.
Let us pray. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return. Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter, sacrificed to the holy flame.
Returned yet?
May the chant reach the Maker's ears
They're
and tell
gone,
him of
dear boy.
our contrition.
Gone on a long trip.
When will they be back? I miss them.
Be brave, young man. Your parents would want that. We need you here.
You are of elven blood and a stranger, yet you defend a home that is not your own. We are grateful for that.
No puedo permanecer de brazos cruzados mientras unos monstruos atacan a gente inocente.
Not many in these modern days would honestly say the same. You are a man of worth, and the Maker will smile upon you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
¿Es segura la capilla?
It is the sturdiest building in the village. The women, elderly, and children will stay here during the battle, while the militia and knights protect them. They set up a barricade outside the chantry to keep monsters from getting inside. If anything gets in, Ban Tegan is our only defense. Please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever you can.
Vale, me gustaría recibir tu bendición, madre.
You would? That is, I mean, of course. I'd be happy to. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return. Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter, sacrificed to the holy flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition.
I guess I can do that.
There's a good lad. In the morning, we'll look for your parents. In the morning. Maker bless you for helping us, futile though it may be.
If the monsters come in here, I'll pick up a stick and beat them out the door.
Con Irene hemos hablado, ¿no?
Good day.
Is this where humans keep all their wisdom? Their behavior makes much more sense to me now.
You know, we don't have
no sign of them coming back from the castle, Murdoch.
Tell them to maintain watch. I don't want a surprise attack before the sun goes down.
Yes, sir. What should we do until then?
Pray, and hope for a miracle.
Yes. As you wish.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king.
Pues se equivocaban.
So you say? A damn Qunari could walk up and say he was a Grey Warden. I wouldn't know the difference.
That much is clear.
We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
Elfo, buen hombre, juntos derrotaremos a este mal.
I hope you're right. I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
¿Qué puedo hacer para ayudarte?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
¿Por qué se niega Owen a hablar contigo?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
¿Nadie más puede encargarse de las reparaciones?
Not by nightfall, and not well enough that I'd be happy to test it in combat. If there were others, don't you think I'd ask them?
¿Necesitas algo más?
We could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwin in the militia would help a lot, but he flat out refuses.
Háblame de Gwyn.
He's a trader, a dwarf, lives near the lake. Locked himself up in his home with some of his workers, he has. Says he doesn't need any of us. We could use somebody with his fighting experience, but he won't come out.
Vale, seguid pues.
Right. Let's hope we see morning.
Vale, esta es la herrería. Aquí hay una raíz mortal. Aquí hay un cofre.
Over with.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
¿Eres Owen el herrero? Tengo que hablar contigo.
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
Preferiría no hablar con una puerta de por medio. ¿Puedo pasar?
All right. Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
Soy Juan, un guardagris que está ayudando al Ban Teagan.
A Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Funny you didn't sound like an elf through the door. Can't say I expected that. Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
¿Por qué te has encerrado en la herrería?
My girl, Valena.
is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
También podrías colaborar para salvar.
I'm an old man. Everyone knows we aren't making it through the night. Or are you going to save us?
Es lo que pretendo.
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
Y la milicia necesitan tu ayuda.
If you look for Valena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for the militia. I can do that much.
¿Y si está muerta?
It would be better than going to my grave wondering.
Vale, haré lo que pueda.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
Te lo prometo, la encontraré.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
Is this a promise we will not keep?
Let's hope not.
What's this?
I said nothing to you, human.
Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Oh, Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me. I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. There's no way I'm sobering up before morning, however.
Hablemos de negocio.
Right. I haven't got much, obviously, but I'll do whatever I can for you.
Escudo cometa de metal. Casco de cuero tachonado. A venderlos. Bota de armadura laminada. Para venderlo. Yelmo de soldado gris. Venga, se lo vamos a comprar a Alistair. Y las botas. Armadura de escamas veridio. $680. Vale, ahora vamos a coger, vamos a equipar Alistair.
I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. There's no way I'm sobering up before morning, however. Right. I haven't got much, obviously, but I'll do whatever I can for you.
Vale, te vendo esto y te vendo esto.
Yes. As you wish.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantigan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
Sigo teniendo que hablar con Serper.
You'll find him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north. I have a good feeling about tonight.
Don't you ever talk? You know, make polite conversation, just to put people at ease.
You mean that I should remark upon the weather before I cut off a man's head?
Never mind.
Casi.
Are you daft?
Don't think so.
Habilidad insuficiente.
Not happening.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Nada por ahora.
Very well.
Berwick.
Not looking for company.
¿Quién eres?
I'm not here to talk. Just leave me to drink, all right? I just want to be left alone. I said I'm not looking for company.
¿No deberías estar con la milicia?
Why? I don't live here.
¿Quién eres?
I'm not here to talk. Just leave me to drink, all right? I just want to be left alone.
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
¿Qué sabes sobre ese elfo del rincón?
Not much. He's very quiet. Says his name's Beric and he's here to meet his brother, but I think he's lying. He's a bit creepy.
¿No deberías estar en la capilla?
Later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the chantry. Are you fighting tonight?
Sí, así es.
That's good to hear. I didn't know that.
¿Cómo va el negocio?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local, and they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig, and if I didn't need this job so badly,
Una chica guapa como tú debería estar en un sitio mejor.
Oh, you think I'm pretty, do you?
Mira, pues claro, como cualquiera que tenga ojos en la cara.
That's really sweet of you. Thank you. Keep safe.
Códice actualizado. Un escrito de Sir Henry. Somos muchos los caballeros que hemos partido en busca de la urna. Seguramente algunos de ellos ya hayan encontrado al hermano Genitivi. Sin embargo, hasta que no me digan que todo va bien, debo proceder según lo previsto. El hermano Genitivi es la clave para encontrar la urna de las cenizas sagradas. Siempre lo hemos sabido, pero creo que ahora sé dónde descansa el hermano Genitivi. He estado en su casa de Denerin y he encontrado el rastro, pero me sorprende que otros caballeros no hayan hecho lo mismo. O quizás, si lo hayan hecho, no es mejor no dejarse llevar por las conspiraciones. Sir Donald espera mi informe en Lothering. Debo partir inmediatamente para comunicar lo que he averiguado. Si alguien encuentra estas diatribas, lo único que pido es que informe a Sir Donald de mi destino. Ruego para que pueda lograr lo que yo no he podido. Pintada en la taberna de Risco Rojo. No comáis el queso. No comáis el queso.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travellers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
En absoluto.
Brave words. Brave words. Well,
We'll see when night falls, won't we? So, what'll it be? You are here to drink, I hope.
¿Quién eres?
Name's Lloyd. We don't get many elves out here. You're a runaway from the city.
¿Refugiado? ¿Y no podría ser un simple viajero?
No, I suppose you could. Never thought about it, really. Something else I can get for you?
Responder algunas preguntas.
Fine. Make them quick.
¿Qué sabes sobre lo que está ocurriendo aquí?
Not a lot. Castle guards stopped coming in about a week back. It's unusual, too. They were my main source of business. After a few days, I thought it strange enough to ask. But nobody heard anything. Anyone going up to the castle didn't come back. When the first attack hit, I locked myself in the cellar. I say we just wait for help to come.
¿Por qué no has cerrado el negocio aún?
I'm not abandoning my tavern because of a few monsters. The second I'm in the chantry, Murdoch and his men will be here drinking all my ale.
¿No deberías estar ayudando a defender la ciudad?
Why? When them creatures attack, I lock myself in the cellar. Just batten the hatches and wait it out. What's the point in getting myself killed with all the rest of them? If that makes me a coward, then I'm a coward. Right then.
I can't believe Lloyd won't even give us some free ale. A time like this, and all he thinks about is turning a profit.
Did you expect any different? That bastard's always been cheaper than an ante from the whore.
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
¿Prefieres estar borracho en la batalla?
I was drunk for the last 2 fights, and I wouldn't have it any other way. If you fought those things, you'd know.
Lloyd is charging us for coin we don't even got anymore. Nobody's working right now. We're all just trying to survive.
Ah, what difference does it make? He won't care.
Then the thing, it leapt right on him, started chewing his face. He started screaming, trying to push it off him, and I couldn't even help.
That's mighty kind of you to help us. We thought nobody would come to our aid.
I said I'm not looking for company.
Qué extraño ver aquí a otro elfo.
And that's all we have in common. I'm not here to talk. Just leave me to drink, all right? I just want to be left alone.
Por aquí no se puede subir. Documentos privados. Lago Calenga, prohibido nadar. Anillo de hierro. Comercio. Códice actualizado. Una lista de la compra arrugada. Azúcar, harina, cuchillo de carne, jengibre. Preguntar si tendrán más cera de abeja pronto. Aceite para lámparas.
Are you daft?
Qué raro, habilidad insuficiente. Aceite para lámparas. Casa de Diego. Llamas a la puerta, abrir cerradura, fuerza la cerradura de la puerta.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you've a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
Mis disculpas, no pretendía molestar.
Apology accepted. The name's Dwin. Pleased to meet you. Now get out.
¿Qué haces aquí encerrado?
Surviving. We have supplies to last for quite some time. And my boys and I can swing a weapon better than any of those fools out there.
Deberías estar fuera ayudando a defender la ciudad.
Why? When did this town ever rush to my rescue?
Murdoch dice que la milicia te necesita.
So what? You recruiting for him? I'll tell you what I told Murdoch. I'm not risking my neck for this town.
Tendrá más probabilidades de sobrevivir ahí fuera que aquí.
Thanks. But I'll take my chances in here. Everyone else can run around in the open waiting to die.
¿Habría algún modo de hacerte cambiar de idea?
Maybe. Let's hear what you've got.
Hablaré bien de ti ante el Bantiagan o el Had.
And what good would that do me? The Jarl's probably dead. I couldn't care less what Tegan thinks of me. What else you got?
Intimidad. Ayúdanos y no te cortaré la cabeza. ¿Qué te parece eso?
So, that's what it comes down to, huh? Fine. I'll go. If you want me out there so badly.
Eres un buen hombre.
Spoken like someone who doesn't know me very well. Go tell Murdoch he won. And I better see you out there in the square when those creatures come.
Comercio. Hola, ¿hay alguien ahí?
Go away. This isn't your home.
A small human. I say burn it out.
Ah! What are you doing? All right, I'll come out. Please, don't hurt me. I'll go back to the Chantry if you want. I didn't mean any harm.
Tu hermana te está buscando, ¿sabes?
I just didn't want to be at the Chantry anymore. Everyone's scared, and I want to be brave.
¿Es esta tu casa?
Yes. It was my mother's house. She's dead now. And Caitlin said we have to move away if we survive.
¿Cómo te llamas?
It's Bevan. My sister is Caitlin. She's probably at the Chantry looking for me.
¿Qué estabas haciendo aquí?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
¿Estás seguro? Podría ayudarte.
You could. All right, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was grandfather's. And Grandfather was a great dragon slayer. I thought, if I was brave like Grandfather, I could use his sword and kill the bad people who took Mother.
¿Dónde estará la espada?
In the chest. In Mother's room. Father gave me a key, but I'm not supposed to give it to anyone.
Pero yo podría usar esa espada para ayudar a la ciudad.
But I can't give it to you. It was Father's. Caitlin would be so mad if I did.
A cambio, quizá podría ayudaros a tu hermana y a ti.
You could? Maybe you could give my sister money? She said if we had money, we'd be all right, even if Mother is dead.
Hablaré con tu hermana sobre ello, te lo prometo.
Oh, all right. Here's the key. I hope you use it to kill a lot of those bad people. I should go back to the chantry. Good luck.
Vale, un libro. Nuevo nivel. Segunda planta. La hoja verde, viridio.
Success.
Vale, la equipamos. Y la mía se la vamos a pasar a Alistair. Vale, y esta... que la equipamos 5. Bajamos la planta y al pueblo.
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
¿Cómo anda la moral?
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest. Dwin's presence makes the men a bit more confident. It helps to know a veteran is on our side tonight. Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed now. That is a relief, let me tell you. Overall, I'd say the militia's very ready to fight. Never thought I'd say that, but there you go. Is there anything else?
Sigo teniendo que hablar con Pep. Vale, volveré, tengo que comprobar algo.
I have a good feeling about tonight.
Stop fidgeting.
I don't like being out here, Dwin. The mayor's giving me the evil eye.
Why are you here?
Excuse me?
Obviously,
Por aquí no es.
you are no priestess, but shouldn't you be running a shop or a farm somewhere rather than fighting?
You think to tell me my place, Kunari? You are very brave.
It is not done.
But it is done. Do not be such a blind fool.
I speak the truth. It is not I who is blind.
Look around you then. You see women throughout this land fight.
Were you really in that cage for 20 days?
It might have been closer to 30. I stopped counting after a while.
What did you do? I mean, 20 days is a long time to sit in one place and do nothing.
On good days, I posed riddles to the passers-by, offering them treasures in exchange for correct answers.
Really?
No.
Ah.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit, I do not know how to address an elf in your position. I do not wish to be rude.
Puedes llamarme Juan si te place.
As you wish, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
¿Habéis pensado en usar el aceite de la tienda de la ciudad?
No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly?
Del suficiente como para incinerar a muchísimos monstruos.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
¿Puedo hacer algo para ayudaros?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
¿Necesitas algo más?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Quisiera hacerte algunas preguntas.
Ask me whatever you wish.
Háblame de la búsqueda de la urna sagrada.
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, our lesser Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
¿Qué enfermedad fue la que contrajo?
We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. He brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Alessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
¿Qué llevó a la Arlesa a pensar que alguien podría dar con la urna?
The Jarl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
Así que los caballeros dejaron el castillo indefenso.
Not at all. A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there and were transformed into these things. The thought chills my blood.
¿No podríais enviar a alguien a buscar a los demás caballeros?
Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks. As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
Ah, it's sort of like coming home again, but with more undead.
No word from the...
I hope setting those creatures alight works, and kills them quickly, before they stumble into the wood and thatch of the houses.
Carta de amor. Códice actualizado. Una nota entre dos amantes adinerados. Voy al baño en un momento. Voy a guardar partida aquí. Ahora mismo vuelvo. Venga, vamos a continuar, ya estoy por aquí.
Hey, what can Lloyd get you?
He oído que les cobran las cervezas a los milicianos.
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
Piensa en lo mucho que te lo agradecerán.
Goodwill? Pah, I prefer the good gold, that's what.
Su dinero no te servirá de nada cuando estés muerto.
Hey, there's no need for that kind of talk. That's murder.
¿Quién iba a echarte de menos?
Hey, look, see, 80 silvers. I could pay you to protect me. There's no need for any unpleasantness.
Yo solo protejo lo que es mío, ¿me comprendes?
Yes, of course. You could be part owner. No, full owner. Anything you need. Here's 80 silvers as your share of the profits. What else can I get your partner?
Vamos a ver qué tiene.
Right, of course, it's free for you, being a partner and all.
Todo gratis. Pues si es todo gratis, me llevo esto, me llevo esto, me llevo esto.
Nice to see you again, partner. Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
Tal vez, pero puedo hacerlo. Y esta taberna es mía, ¿recuerdas?
Right, almost forgot about that. Well, they can have their ale for morale purposes and such. Right then, you men over there. Drinks are on the house. All militia drink for free.
Oh, you're a saint, Lloyd. Ha ha!
If them creatures don't kill me, I swear they'll bleed me dry. What else can I get you, partner? Right. Have a nice day, partner.
Vale, ahora ya me parece...
Yes.
I
see. And why do you think this? It's a wonder why you even speak sometimes. As you wish.
Bevan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you. Bevan told me about Grandfather's sword. So you have it, then? I suppose it won't go to waste, at least. I have no idea what it's worth, to be honest. And you found Bevan? I couldn't ask you for money.
$50 monedas de plata, ¿no?
The blade is worth far more. To cheat the helpless is hardly honorable.
Thank you, my lord. Use it well. Thank you again for Bevan. With my mother gone... Well, I'm just glad he's safe. I can't thank you enough.
Cuidado mucho los dos.
The Maker sent you. I just know it. Thank you again.
What is it you need, child?
Sir Pick necesita alguna protección sagrada para sus caballeros.
I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
¿Qué quieres decir?
Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
Pero si piensan que los ayuda...
I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it
Just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
Vale. Misión actualizada.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
Dijiste que querías protección sagrada.
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Vale, la madre Hannah tiene unos amuletos sagrados. ¿Os servirán de algo?
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
Me alegra haber podido ayudar.
I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
Vale, ¿necesitas algo más?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are. Ask me whatever you wish. As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
I hear you got the tavern serving the militia free ale now. While I don't favor my men being drunk come sundown, I suppose it helps morale to have their minds taken off what's to come. You have my thanks. The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
Quiero hablar sobre Dwayne.
Thanks for persuading him to come out here. He's going to be a great help. I just know it. There's not much time before sundown.
Vale, estoy preparado para luchar. Esperemos al anochecer.
Are you sure? There's still time left if you need to talk with Sir Perth or do anything else. Then good luck to you. You'll need it.
It's time, men. Know that we fight for the Maker and our arms. Light the traps.
Yes. All right.
From the lake! They're attacking the barricades! We need help! Come on! We need to hurry!
Huh. I never expect creatures like that. I'm...
Dawn arrives, and we survive the night. We are victorious. And though this victory came at great cost, we must remember none of us would be here were it not for the heroism of these good folk beside me. I thank you, good sir. Truly the Maker smiled on us when he sent you here in our darkest hour.
Aún hay mucho que hacer. ¿Qué harán?
Surely these people deserve some small celebration, don't you think? There is time yet.
Let us bow our heads and give honor to those who gave their lives in defense of Redcliffe.
Murdoch of Redcliffe, Mayor and beloved father, we salute you.
You and so many others who have perished here, walk with he who is your maker. Long may you know the peace of his love.
With the Maker's favor, the blow we delivered today is enough for me to enter the castle and seek out your Arl. Be wary and watch for signs of renewed attack. We shall return with news as soon as we are able. Now we've no time to waste. Meet me at the mill. We can talk further there.
Tell me something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that so strange? It was my home.
But it was just you and your mother there? No one else?
Mother occasionally had company.
What? Company? Do I even want to ask?
No, you really don't.
Nuevo nivel, bonillo. Vamos a ver. 23. Arma y escudo. Bueno, señores, vamos a dejar el directito por aquí y continuaremos mañana. Mañana hablaremos con este, nos meteremos en el molino por la trampilla que hay ahí y entraremos en el castillo. Vamos a guardar partida. Venga, pues nada, espero que paséis una buena noche, una buena tarde o una buena mañana, en función de desde donde nos veáis, y yo me voy ya a la cama, que son las 3 y pico de la madrugada. Bueno, señores, hasta luego.